So here we are trying to create this delivery. But in order to create this delivery, we have to first find out the order with respect to which we are trying to do the delivery. So what is our order number? The easiest way to do the delivery is from the order number. There are other ways to do it, but we'll talk about that later. Go to VA02, which is sales order in change mode, or as usual you can take the menu path and go to sales and distribution, sales order change, double click it, and this is the last number that I have created. Now if you don't have that, right, then what you can do is go place your cursor there and do either a space bar or a backspace. Now I'm doing a backspace on my keyboard. Do a backspace and it will give you the last couple of orders that you have created. I'm going to pick the latest one, which is 13347. Now this is one way to get the latest order. Now if for example you want to create a delivery for an order that was created a couple of months ago or a couple of days ago, and after that you have subsequently created quite a number of orders, then you can just do the search, just like we have searched for quotations or inquiries or orders. You can enter your selection criteria and search for the order, pull up the order, and what I want to see here is the document flow, right? So this is our inquiry 10006. So this is 10006 and our quotation number is 200041. Right, and our order number is 13347. Right, that's our flow. Now we want to create a delivery, so let's go ahead, open that order, go to change mode, because we are trying to do something to that order. We're not just viewing that order, we want to create a delivery for this order. The easiest way to do that is by going here and clicking on the deliver button. Let me take a screenshot here. Okay, so how to do this delivery? This is how you do the delivery. So go to VA01. Okay, so step number 1, go to VA01, open the order. Step 2 is go to sales document like shown here and then deliver. Okay, now when you do that, you might get this message. What this message mean? Let me take a screenshot again. Okay, so if you get this screen, then there are a bunch of reasons why this could happen. The easiest way to fix it is to first find out what is the delivery date that has been promised in that order. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back and see the delivery is trying to be SAP is trying to create this delivery for 6th February 2014. Okay, now, which is today. Now let me go back to change mode again, hit enter. I don't want to go through the document flow again. I was just showing it to so that you can see the flow. Now I open the order and I select this line item and click on this button. Okay, click on this button. Let me take a screenshot. Okay, so if you get this screen, go back to the order VA02 in change mode, of course, and select the line item and click on this button. This button is called the schedule line button. Okay, now when you click on this button, it shows you a screen where the actual confirmed date is available. See, the confirmed quantity for 3101 is 0, which means the system says that it cannot deliver by this date. Now there's a whole bunch of logic behind why the system would think that way, but let's not go through that. Instead, just focus on this line item. It says, I'm confirming a quantity of 1, which is what the customer has requested, for the date 13th February 2014. Okay, so take that and let me put it here. Okay, so next step is find the date for which quantity is fully confirmed. Confirmed meaning the SAP as an ERP, as a system, is saying that, you know what, I can deliver by this quantity because I'll have the stock and I'm taking care of how long it takes between the plant. Let's say the plant is in New York and the ship to or the customer is in San Francisco. So it takes like a week or so to get the product from New York to LA or San Francisco, right? And it takes time to load it, it takes time to pack it. All of that stuff is being taken care of automatically for you. Of course, behind the scenes, there's a whole bunch of data that has to be maintained, like how long the system would not know how long it takes from New York to SFO, right? So you would have to give that detail in the configuration behind the scenes, and the net result of it is that the SAP automatically calculates the date on which we can promise the customer. In this case, the system has determined the date to be 13 February, right? Now that we know the date, next step is again go to VA02 Okay, now go back to the header. We are at the line item level. Go back to the header and do the same thing. Sales document, deliver. It will show you the same message, but we are going to change the date and trick the system. Now, this is the message that we have seen previously as well, right? Go back and say, you know what, it's 13th already. So in a sense, we don't want to wait until the 13th of February because it's still the 6th of February. But I'm saying, you know what, assume it's 13th, go create this delivery. We are future dating it and saying yes. Now create this delivery for this order 13347. Yay! The system has created a delivery, and we know that there are 3 steps that we have to do, right? We are only going to do 2 steps, picking and PGI. Go to the picking tab. We have a delivery quantity of 1, and the quantity that we need to pick is of course 1. Now why do we have this extra column called picked quantity? The reason is very simple. Sometimes system thinks or assumes based on its calculation that goods are going to be available. But maybe goods are broken or goods have been shipped wrong, and any wrong data gets entered wrongly into the system. So there might be slight mismatches between what the system thinks is available and what's really available. The system thinks that one quantity can be delivered, but maybe it's there, but when the person trying to deliver this goods goes into the warehouse and tries to search for it, maybe it's broken, in which case you can't really pick and do anything with it. It's broken, it's gone. Now with a quantity of 1, it might not really make much sense, but if you have a quantity of, let's say, 100, and you're picking 95 and you were not able to pick the 5 of them because they were spoiled or they were broken or they were not available, in which case you're going to put 95 here as opposed to 100 because you're not picking 100 of them, you're only picking 95. Maybe the customer is okay with that quantity. If not, we can ship the remaining 5 in the next delivery. Okay, so picked quantity represents the actual amount of goods that has been picked as opposed to the total delivery quantity that the customer requires. In this case, it's just 1, so just select that and you can click save and then you can go back. The next step is post goods issue, right? We said we were not going to do packing. We are do picking, and then we want to do PGI, post goods issue. How do you do that? It's very simple. Just click on this button, right? So before I do that, let me take a screenshot. So go back to the header and try to process the delivery with the future date, and after the delivery has been created, so this is the delivery, and there are 2 steps that needs to be done. The first step is picking, and if at all packing is required, you use this for packing, right? It shows the correct picture, right? And then the third step is PGI. You just have to click that button. Let's go back and click that button, see what happens. So it's going to update the accounts and whatnot behind the scenes, and then it's going to save it and give you the delivery number. There you go. It's 800-16234. That completes the delivery. In the next chapter, we're going to talk about billing. There's not much to talk about